567-0560, toll free for Dade and Broward, or pound the show do not necessarily reflect those of AM.
Hi, this is Maury Povich wishing you a happy Hanukkah.
Okay, how come we're going to start off the same way we did yesterday again? Did I hear nothing on the overhead, nothing on the monitor? Are we going to start out with another technical problem again today? Like we did yesterday? George?
They hear us fine.
They hear us fine. How come I didn't hear anything when Maury Povich just did that number there?
Hi, this is Maury Povich wishing you a happy Hanukkah.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Neil. I'm a Miami resident, and I was just happened to hear the Neil talk show on my way home, and I think it's absolutely horrible, and I don't understand how anybody with values or morals or a social conscience can allow such a thing to be broadcast on their station.
All right.
This guy is just cursing at people, insulting, blaspheming, just spreading anger and hatred. I don't understand that. I mean, do you have children? Do you have a family? Do you care what's going on, you know, in the world here?
No!
That just this bad stuff should be going around? Someone just venting all their hatred and anger at innocent people? I mean, he just left somebody crying on the air, and maybe it's very popular and makes a lot of money for your station, but this is really not what the world needs. I mean, things are bad enough. I don't think we need a guy like this. And I really find it very offensive and just horrible. I mean, how would you like if your children were listening to that and growing up in a world where this kind of thing is acceptable, where people can talk like that and be paid for it and be endorsed? I mean, I'm just horrified and disgusted.
Like freedom of speech, yeah.
And I'm sure I'm not the only person who feels that way. Please try and take consideration of you know, the rest of the world and the other people that have...
Merry Christmas, Happy Chanukah, and all the other good stuff, all these other great holidays that have you all bustling and running around like a bunch of like a bunch of busy people. Speaking of busy people, by the way, first I want to salute a fine young man. I have no idea who he is. I'll never see him again, but he was stopped at the light on the corner of 441 and 199th, right by Chuck Subs, as a matter of fact. Yesterday, I'm on the way home, getting ready to make my right turn, and this young man is parked in front of me. He looks in the rearview mirror and sees that I'm behind him, turns around, gives me a wave, and then starts like, I'm going to tell you, I believe he was grabbing himself. He was so excited to see me. Just unbelievable. Grabbing himself, slapping the steering wheel. He was slapping everything in sight, and that too, that's right. So happy whatever to you too, pal. And speaking of drivers, by the way, we've discovered something new in America, and that is that the roads are like a telephone booth now. That's right. Everybody has got a cell phone. Every jackass, including, see, down here, we have about, I would say, you know, I'll be generous, about 70% of the people who shouldn't be on the road under any circumstances, even on a perfectly sunny day, a clear day with a dry roads, minimal traffic, like on a holiday, you know. These people can barely function on that kind of a day. Much less, you know, right now where everybody's on the roads, it's congested, people are schlepping all over shopping, doing whatever they're doing, and now every jackass has got a cell phone stuck to his or her or its ear. I'm by Nob Hill and Broward Boulevard yesterday going home, and there's a clown. He's sitting there at the light. He's in front of me at the traffic at the red light. The light turns green. Does he go?
No.
No, he doesn't go. And why? Because he's got the cell phone stuck to his ear. He's finishing the conversation, man. He is finishing his conversation. This was one of about a half a dozen people yesterday that I encountered, because I'm starting to notice it more and more and more. I mean, I don't mind if you're talking to somebody. We get 1 million calls here every day on the cell phones. That's fine. But at least pay a little bit of attention to your driving. Maybe 5% would be good, for starters. And this guy, he, like, finishes the conversation. And I, give him a toot of the horn, pays no attention, grabs the phone away from his ear, because thank God he's finally finished with the conversation. I might still be sitting there now, and he punches the thing off, puts the phone down, and now all of a sudden he grabs the wheel and away he goes, and we finally get through the light. The roads are like a telephone booth in South Florida because every jackass has got a phone stuck in his rear. Jesus, man, it's a beautiful thing. But let's not start out on that kind of a note. Let's start out with the good news. They got all the slot machines and their money and their paraphernalia back last night. Oh! It was on all the newscasts, although you notice it didn't make the front page of the newspapers today. Kind of buried. Here it is. I got one out of the whichever paper this is, the Herald. I think this was buried either in the local or the Bobby Butterworth and Sheriff Ken Jenney. That's right. Right before Christmas time, they go in there last week, raid the cruise ships, the one in particular, the Sun Cruise 6, yank all of those evil slot machines off of there, confiscate hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. God only knows how much. Oh, $1 million, it says. And, of course, they had these little rinky-tink Kmart or Radio Shack kind of pieces of equipment in there to detect how far. And they admitted, well, we weren't really sure where the hell we were. Maybe it was 20. And, of course, I want you to stop and think about this. Is it exactly 3 miles outside the border of Florida? Is it 2.8 miles? Is it 2.6? Is it maybe 3.1? Does anybody know?
No.
And does it make any difference?
No.
That's the point. Talk about nitpicking. Talk about spending since April, months and months and months, and God only knows how many thousands or millions of dollars on this very, very impotent investigation that blows up in their face once again. But, I mean, stop and think about how they're not only polluting the waters of sea life, all the fish. I bet you even the dolphins out there are losing their morality because the goddamn, all that gambling is going on those cruise ships inside the 3-mile limit. Now, if they're like 3.5 miles out there, then it's okay. Then we don't have to worry about a goddamn thing. But if they're only like 2.8, 2.9 miles, if they're like within that 3 miles, then, of course, something evil is going on and we better do something about it. That's what the Sun Sentinel said. That's what Sheriff Ken Jennings says. That's what Goody Two-Shoes Bobby Butterworth says. And this, you know something, just like these impeachment hearings that are going on again right now as I speak. There's John Conyers, good man. He's speaking. Bada-beep, bada-boop, bada-about, same old crap. Thank God that the most important thing is that we got no crime. We got no, uneducated peoples running around. We got no problems in America. The only thing we have to worry about are cruise ships that aren't going out there far enough. And about, presidents who are getting blowjobs. Thank God for that. Oh! With this holiday time of year, we just finished with Thanksgiving. There's more that we can be thankful for. That these are the important things that we have to address, that we can direct our attention to. Man, things must be going pretty damn well. 9 minutes after 10 at 5.
Oh, my God.
Oh. 10:15 at 560 WQAM, your neurotic station for the holidays and for most of the year. By the way, Joe DiMaggio is on the edge. I don't want to get Greg Kotex's day off to a bad start over there at the Herald, because I know that he believes that, superstars never die. That's right. There are some people who are just too important. They never die, especially if they were like jocks, because Greg Kotex is a sports writer of sorts. And I use that term loosely. Oh, I better take this call from Havana, because I think
Anybody have a heart or a liver?
these ball games, instead of buying $20 worth of food at that hockey game tomorrow night and shoveling it into Baldy's pocket, even though we do know, of course, he's going to give it to charity. Oh, yeah, right. The Wayne Huizenga Foundation. So that's what we're looking to. Hello?
Well, Uncle Mel.
Yes, sir.
You are on a roll.
Yes, I am.
You are in a tangent, a tantrum.
I'm rolling
and
it right
whatever
now.
else.
Yeah, I'm rolling it.
Hey, got a couple of things. This is Mark, first of all, longtime listener from your Zeta days.
Yes, sir.
College, grew up with you, college days and everything.
And survived it somehow.
And
How do you like
let me
that?
tell you, you made the trip, the journey a lot easier.
Yes, I have.
Number one.
And you're welcome.
Thank you very much. Number one, the way you started that call with that lady calling you on tape.
Oh, yeah.
Saying that she was forced to listen to you.
Yeah, we have to listen to this garbage, this song. You don't have to listen to it for 2 seconds, lady. If you don't like it, shut it off, okay? People that do like it, they listen. And anybody with a brain that doesn't like it, instead of sitting there, oh, my God, instead of being appalled or professionally agitated, they turn it off and they find something else to do. But obviously there's something in that bitch, in that nice lady, that attracts her to this, even though she doesn't want to admit it. And she, like so many other people, once they discover the show, she can't turn the thing off.
Absolutely. So I found that kind of funny that you're right. I have heard it on your show when you ask the people, why do you listen?
Right.
And as far as I'm concerned, when I don't like something on list, I change the channel.
Exactly. I mean, people with television now, with your clickers, everybody's got a remote, and with cable and with satellite dishes, the small dish, everybody's got that clicker going. I mean, I'm one of the worst offenders in the world. If I'm watching something and for more than 10 seconds there's something on there I don't like or that doesn't interest me, I'm clicking it, baby, in the remote, too.
That's right. So that was kind of funny. Let me see. Number 2, the call from Havana, Cuba. Excellent.
Wasn't that something,
huh? That was, if that guy called in every, week, I'd love to hear him.
Yeah, he was dynamite. Well, he's got a lot of practice. He's got his own show. He's playing Perry Como records or something now.
That is correct.
Or some other bull, whatever it was.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, that was
funny. Number 3, what was number 3? Well, first of all, I told George that he's great, when you're on your vacation.
Yes, he is.
A lot better than tapes.
Mm-hmm.
I think most of
And by the way, that was my idea. I take all the credit in the world for that, okay, since I'm taking credit for stuff today.
Right.
Nice going, Neil. Thank you.
Better than tapes.
Right.
And lastly, if you get a chance, do me a favor, and I have not heard Figaro, remember from the Zeta days?
Oh, Figaro.
Loved it. I think...
I'll have to dig around for that. I know I've got it somewhere. It's not in the D.C. I've got it somewhere.
And love your show, and you have a good holiday, and I'll give you a call in a couple of years.
And have a great life.
All right.
See ya. Okay, there you go. He somehow survived it since all the way back. Is it warm in here, or is it just me? It seems a little bit on the tepid side. What is it?
I'll go Fissit.
It's a little on the lukewarm side, if you ask me. Oh, speaking of Fissit, there's an article, very depressing, by the way, for those people who believe we ought to have 200 states in the Union. What did I do with that thing? Damn it. Got so much crap here today. Where's that little piece? Oh, here's that little piece. Not enough support for statehood, poll says. Days before a vote on Puerto Rico's future relationship with the United States, a poll shows support for U.S. statehood at only 37%. For voting on it? How the hell can they vote on it? Why wouldn't we have to vote on it? The survey published on Monday by the El Mundo newspaper echoes previous polls. Similar surveys have shown statehood winning the most votes, but falling short of the 50.
No.
So why don't we, Puerto Rico? We got enough Puerto Ricans here already. We love our Puerto Rican friends, and there's a free switchblade with every Puerto Rican. What's wrong with that? So one of our poll questions today, who make the best neighbors? Puerto Ricans, Colombians, or Cubans? That's our poll question today. What are you smiling about? I think that's a very legitimate question. Who would you rather have living next door to your house? Oh, there's probably going to be none of the above. There'll be that category, too, like in their poll. Puerto Ricans, Colombians, or Cubans? I think that's a very, very significant question there, and something we really ought to spend. We ought to spend a lot more time thinking about that than about some stupid ball game. Hey, how'd Napoleon Kaufman do? 10:56.
The Neil Rogers Show.
This is the most disgusting program. I urge everyone to complain to this station. It's cracking down. They don't like my choice of noun. Spread the cows, the power failure. Talk about my genitalia. My genitalia, baby. By regulating what I say. They think my gland will go away. But I can't help being a drunken sailor. Talking about my genitalia. Talking about my genitalia. Shut my mouth, but I don't care. Talking about my genitalia. 'Cause I don't wear pants when I'm on the air. My genitalia. Dangling it in full regalia. When I'm talking about my genitalia. My genitalia, baby. Oh, my genitalia. My genitalia, baby. My genitalia.
11:02 at 560 WQAM. Well, this is good news. Happy holidays from the U.S. government.
Oh!
Caribbean farmers protest plan to destroy marijuana plants. We're at it again. First, we're raiding cruise ships out there, yanking anything we can, money, slot machines, paraphernalia, etc. And now they're training Caribbean troops. The U.S. has gone in there, U.S. helicopters, and they're training these troops to go in there all over the Caribbean and destroying marijuana plants. How do you like that, huh? Doing great things to protect the world, to protect everybody from that wicked weed and from those evil slot machines. There you go. If we could just get, I'm going to tell you right now, mark this down, like Wayne would say, mark this down, baby. If we could just get rid of the wicked weed and slot machines, we'd have it made. It would be a safe place. Nobody would have to worry about burning in hell. We wouldn't have to worry about no more stupid editorials in the Herald and the Scum Sentinel on those issues. Then we could, start getting down to the important things, like who's going to win some stupid football game on Monday, or whenever the hell it is, Sunday. The diocese suspends priest over gay weddings in Rochester, New York. You know, I grew up in Rochester. Rochester is I don't want to say right-wing, but it's a conservative town, a working town, Eastman Kodak and Hickey Freeman and whatever Xerox used to be there. A lot of companies moved out. But it's okay for what it is. But it's amazing, the topless bathing thing, that started with a bunch of women, a bunch of dykes, I think, in Rochester. Remember they started that big to do, and then it spilled over up to Toronto, and they said, oh, yeah, if you want to hang your boobs out and march up and down, that's okay. And now this Roman Catholic priest up there, this Bishop Matthew Clark, oh, no, he's not the one, James Callan, I'm sorry, at the Corpus Christi Church in Rochester, New York, he's the one that's been marrying gay people, same-sex weddings. In Rochester, of all places. So somewhere along the line, yes, Virginia, there is a liberal element in Rochester, believe it or not. Must be those Jews and Italians. The Roman Catholic Diocese on Monday suspended a priest who conducted same-sex weddings, served Holy Communion to non-Catholics, like that, and allowed a woman to perform some duties on the altar. Okay? Which is another one of the parts of the lunacy of the Catholic Church and most religions, like Orthodox Jews. Treated it because the Bible says, that women are like, just like your slaves are like whatever the Bible said. That's right. Gives you all these instructions. So all you women just stay barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen and cut the crap. That's what the church teaches you. And go make babies. So there's another great story from Rochester. So what are we going to do about those damn Puerto Ricans, huh? George was telling me before that we have more Puerto Ricans in Broward than we have Cubans. Is that true?
Uh-huh. Those were pre-Hurricane Andrew statistics.
What is it?
Those were pre-Andrew statistics.
Oh, so in other words, after Hurricane Andrew, a lot of Cubans got pushed up there into Broward County? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
There when their houses were all blown away.
Yeah.
Went and bought some nice property up in Broward.
Well, I don't think Homestead was mostly Cubans, was it?
No, but like Country Walk.
Weren't there like a lot of grape pickers down there? Weren't they like
Kendall?
Mexicans? Do we have Mexicans in Broward?
No.
I don't think we let any Mexicans into Broward yet. I think we're going to take up a resolution on that, but I don't think we are doing that quite yet. Oh, by the way, speaking of Mexicans, have you ever gone into a supermarket and the aroma of rotting fish? Now, what are you laughing about? I was talking to you about this before, because I happened to have that experience the other day. I went into a supermarket that I usually don't frequent, because I was looking for my strips, my beef strips. And it's a beautiful market, and it's clean, and it's huge, and great selection, etc. Although they didn't have what I was looking for, goddammit. Although maybe they had, something, maybe they had the bags. I just wasn't looking in the right place. Maybe they have those freezer bags. But at any rate, and I walk in, I open up the door, and the first thing that hits you in the face is that smell from the seafood department that just wafts through the entire store of rotting fish. And maybe it's not rotting, but it's just, or like, for example, ever go to a place like in Boston where they have all those outdoor markets, the farmers markets? And I love the farmers markets where they have real cheap cold cuts and produce. But when you get close to the fish and seafood department, where they're outside, oh, God. And of course, if you don't like fish to begin with, if you're not a fish eater, which I hate fish, and the aroma just knocks you out. I just don't know how some of you guys can handle it. You know what I'm saying, George? I don't want to get too graphic here, but the smell of that rotting fish, oh, man. Woo! Heavy duty. Must have something to do with nose plugs. Is that what's required before you go deep sea diving? Is nose plugs before you just dive right in there. Man. Wow. The smell of that pungent, rotting, disgusting fish. And I just want to go to the door of that store and just race right out and get some of the fresh air. Even if the air outside isn't all that fresh. I just say, holy crap, let me out of here. I think there are other than the obvious. I mean, there are few things in the world that smell worse than that smell of rotting fish and the other crap that goes along, whatever that is. God. So you people that are running your supermarkets is wondering why you're not doing as much business as the other guys? Maybe if you like, maybe the managers of those stores have heavy head colds, or maybe they have sinus problems. Because it's so apparent. You walk in the door and it just hits you in the face like a sledgehammer. Just whap, just like that. Hits you right in the puss. and you say, man, something's fishy in this joint. Something stinks to high heaven. It smells like
crap
in here. I don't want to say which store it was because I don't want to get our friend out there upset. You know, the one that called and said, come on into our store. Remember that? Yeah, he called twice. I don't want to get him upset, but he might tell his friends at that store. I don't want to mention the name. That stinks in there. It's 11:08 at 560 WQAM. You want to get a great card? Advertising on the sports pages of both our local newspapers any day very soon. 11:13 at 560 WQAM. We got open lines in Dade County, 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Something I forgot to mention yesterday, which I better get to right now immediately or I'll forget again. Very, very important. I've been screaming since they opened the Mac Arena, the hockey palace up there in Broward and Sunrise. I've been screaming about the fact that the goal lights are little dinky tiny like Christmas lights. They're so small that you have to have a telescope to see them when a goal is scored, which of course is supposed to be the highlight, the most exciting thing about a game, especially when the home team scores, we hope. But nevertheless, that's supposed to be an exciting thing. Well, they have never responded to that. They did respond to several other things, lids for the soda cups. They responded to the fact that the sound was too loud and distorted, and they finally got that straightened out again after having a few bumpy rocks in that road. And evidently they're trying to clean up their act in various ways. But as far as the goal lights are concerned, evidently Wayne has given so much money to charity that he can't afford like real goal lights like in a real new hockey arena. Okay, so fine. We have to live with those little dinky goal lights. The only problem being that the ones at the north end, I even got my directions right this time. The ones at the Panther shoot twice end, okay, to my right as I'm sitting there on 101, looking to the right, that goal. The goal light doesn't come on most of the time. Game the other night against Carolina on Saturday. Just a few seconds into the game, here's Robert Spala, sticks a goal in the net. There's the puck is right in the net. Looks to me like a goal. I'm screaming, I'm cheering. Most of the people see it's in there. Does the light come on?
No.
In fact, I think that a couple of times in a game, maybe 2 or 3 times, did the light actually come on when a goal was scored?
No.
They don't even bother putting it on anymore, which I'm sure that the goal judge, his eyesight must be good enough to see the puck is sitting there right in the net. He's probably pressing the button. Maybe Wayne just can't afford enough cash. Maybe the city of Sunrise, whoever's really responsible for this, can't afford enough cash for a new light bulb in that little tiny red thing in there. And they're just little, maybe we can also, along with our Center One campaign, we can take up a collection for like under $1, whatever it would cost for a replacement light bulb for the goal light to come on when a goal is scored. You talk about a sterile experience. Going to a hockey game, they score a goal, and is the light on? Is something going on here? Does anybody know?
No.
These are little things, okay, but it's called going to a sporting event. A lot of people paying a lot of money to subsidize it, by the way, and they have a right to expect certain things that actually have to do with the game going on, as opposed to everybody, dancing around. Oh, this is the new deal now, by the way, at the new arena. This is the new deal. And that is the interludes, of which there are more and more and longer commercial TV timeouts and all this other bullcrap. During the interludes between the action is that everybody and their brother's looking up on that big, gigantic screen to see if their puss is on there. They're waving, they're puking. I had my moment of glory there that one time, which I hope doesn't happen again soon because I'm wearing my no BM button just to make sure it don't happen. But at any rate, so now everybody that's on there, they had one young woman on there. I thought she was going to do a strip act. Everybody in the crowd was going, yeah, this is a lot more exciting than this stupid game. And they had some little kid, I'd say about an 8 or 9-year-old kid up there, and he's like doing a strip routine. I thought, what the hell is this kid doing? He's doing like dirty dancing up there in the crowd. He's going crazy. And this is the excitement, okay? The contrived music, the people juking and jiving in the stands. The game is boring as all crap. They're blowing a lead time after time again. But you're having a great time. It's excitement. Isn't it excitement?
No.
Yeah, come on. And go out there in the hallways and buy a lot of that overpriced stale food, too, while you're at it. Open line in Broward, all 3 in Dade. Here's Delray Beach. Hello.
Hey, hi, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Just an offshoot of your poll question.
Yes?
You know what I found out as an Italian-American?
And what is that?
Is that I grew up in New York, okay? Then I moved down here.
Now, are you an Italian-American or are you a Guido? Because you said New York.
Well, Italian-American.
You don't say mozzarella, do you?
No.
You don't say prosciutto?
No. Prosciutto. But a lot of Italians and Jews, like I found this, whether it's culturally or food-wise, whatever, a combination, a lot of entertainment-wise, a lot of Italian and Jews like the same things.
Right.
Especially when you come to, let's say, upper middle class and up. Okay, they like a lot of the same entertainment.
Well, it's because we both have big noses.
Well, all the Jewish people I know love the Godfather movie.
Right.
Okay, they love Italian food. and they like
Well, isn't there a segment of Italians like Sicilians, for example? Because I remember when that movie first came out, and Joe Daggiola was doing the Today Show on NBC, and they had priests on there, and they were screaming and carrying on about the stereotypes and about Sicilians are not mobsters, and how the Italian Defamation League was having a nervous breakdown.
Yeah. I know. That comes out with any news sort of like ethnic movie. There's always going to be some group be offended for one aspect or another.
Uptight, yeah.
And I was reading somewhere, this is really an offshoot, but you know that when it comes to Elvis impersonators, the two largest groups are Italians and Jews who...
Boy!
Isn't that something?
Huh.
You learn something every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just wanted to let you know that
I see tremendous similarities between Italians and Jews. I don't think there's... In fact, when you go to Rome... I think it's the same people. Because that's like when you go to New York. Even the Goyim speak Yiddish in New York. You know that.
Oh, absolutely. That's the melting pot of melting pot.
Right.
I just wanted to let you know that I just found out throughout my life, and I'm wondering if you felt the same thing.
Absolutely correct, sir.
Okay.
And work on that nose.
Bye-bye.
Okay, I'll see you. Okay, there's a Guido from New York. We have an open line in Broward. All three in day quiet this morning. When I wasn't taking calls, we were loaded. We had 8 million calls on there, but I have a lot of material. In fact, I'll continue if you want. I'll just keep rambling on. I'm in a rambling mood today. I'm just loaded with good stuff today. 5-6. Now that I'm really putting on this push the last 3 weeks, because yesterday we were getting updates from Carol on Center One like every half hour, which can actually make a very important goal, a nice big round 6 figures, and please do it or else. Here's a mobile in Pompano. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Well, I hope I can enlighten you in some way in helping you with Center One. I do appreciate what you're doing for them, and I do believe in it.
How do you like that? There's a great guy. Oh! See, when we used to do Camilla's house, we'd get, I know this may come as a shock to you, but there'd be several people, you'd open up envelopes, and then all of a sudden, here'd be one for $1,000. Remember those days? $1,000. Now, we did get a check from my friend Ron, the hockey fan, the Philadelphia Flyers fan, who's a great guy. $1,500 he donated this year. Usually gives me $1,000 every year, but this year dug deep down into his pocket, $1,500 for which we thank him profusely. Got a lot of people off their ass. Raised an immediate $400 from right inside here, right inside the QAM and Power 96. By the way, Power 96, we'll take your checks too. Just like Robert and Sales there from Power 96. We certainly, your money spends just as well as anybody else's. Open line on this all of a sudden. I guess it's going to be another one of those days today, but I'm used to it. They're probably watching the speechman hearings right now as I speak. They're probably watching that crap, getting all sucked into that baloney again. I don't even have it on. I got the Weather Channel on right now. I don't have CNN on because I refuse. I have no more room in my life. I'm just worn out. They don't get the message, okay? They don't get the message. We don't want to hear any more about it. There's nothing more to be said about it. They've dissected it. They've turned it upside down, inside out. He had an affair. They tried to cover it up just like everybody else does who's married and even people who aren't married. And then that's it. It's got nothing to do with government. It's got nothing to do with impeachment. It's got nothing to do with anything but partisan politics. And quite frankly, I can't deal with another second of it. I will not watch it. I don't want nothing to do with it. 5 Mobile in West Palm Beach. Hello.
Hey, Neil. How you doing?
Great.
I couldn't agree with you more on your take on the Panthers, the fans in this arena. The only thing people care about, will the blimp drop the tickets in my lap, and are there Panther T-shirts for the Panther Patrol?
Right.
And what BM has done is decided to spend more money on the T-shirts than on players to improve the quality of the team.
Yeah.
Other thing, Neil, about 2 or 3 months ago was channel surfing at TV late on a Friday night. And of all things, I'm on the Romance Channel, and who's getting married on TV?
Phil Henry.
But Phil Henry.
Phil Henry
was
on the Romance Channel?
Yes.
Are you sure?
They had his wedding and his preparations. Did you know he got married out there?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was
of course. I spoke to his new wife. She's a sweetheart. She's great.
No, but it was actually a segment of, they profiled Phil.
Are you sure?
Pardon me? Okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay.
All right, Neil, I just wanted to convey that to you.
Thanks for the good news.
Okay.
By the way, is Phil still bald, by the way?
Extremely.
Okay, thanks. Okay, we have an open line in Broward. All 3 lines in Dade. Boy, are they going to put my wedding on TV?
No.
I guess not. 5-6. I was getting married over the weekend. I guess we're eloping. Kind of a well-kept secret so far, but he didn't want me to let it out. He's kind of embarrassed about it. His wife's not too happy either. What?
Going to Rochester for that?
We are going to Rochester, as a matter of fact. In fact, Father O'Toole is going to be making the sacred union. Here's a mobile in Boca. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Okay.
I was just waiting to be put on.
You are on.
Oh.
I just said, here's a mobile in Boca. And I said hello, and you said hello, and Here we are.
Neil, I have to tell you, I'm from Boston. I went to the Panther Bruin game the other day.
Yeah, oh, that was the worst game in the history of the human race. Yes, Coma game.
I tell you, these fans are pathetic.
Yeah. Is that a bulletin?
They don't know how to cheer. You know, the only people they can cheer is Nehemiah and Ray Whitney. That's the only two.
No, they don't really cheer for anybody. The only thing they know how to do is say, hey, ref, you suck. And even when a Panther commits a flagrant, obvious penalty, you still hear the same assholes. There's maybe about 500 of them. Yeah. They're very loud. They're very vocal. It's always the same jackasses. Hey, ref, you suck, as though they're impressing the rest of us. And, of course, we're all humiliated and embarrassed by their behavior.
And they were afraid of me. I mean, even though they won 1-0. It was a boring game.
It was a horrendous game. You could have taken a book and a small pencil flashlight and had a good time as opposed to watching a game.
And I went to the Carolina game the other day.
Yeah.
And
well, at least that was more entertaining. Well, the same fans. First of all, you don't see the same people 2 games in a row because most of the people don't have season tickets. They share or they get freebies or whatever. And so most of the people are in there either... Huh?
The only way people will go to the game is if it's a freebie.
Right, that's right. And if they can see themselves up on the big screen and make fools out of themselves. Well, welcome to South Florida, sir, and try to fill up that Fleet Center.
Sports Queer Radio is what the Q's for in QAM.
560 WQAM, the Hank Goldberg Show, live at the Sporting Brews at 2 o'clock. We got the orange-haired one, the cartoon character walking and living and breathing, Boog Shabby at 6, and Eddie Kaplan is compulsive gambling show at 10 o'clock tonight. I'll tell you one thing, boy, Dade County, are these lines working now? Because we had a call from Havana on a Dade line right off the bat this morning, and other than that, we can't rustle up any interest in Dade County whatsoever. I think my comment about Puerto Ricans and Colombians and Cubans, you think that had something to do with it?
Uh-huh.
Well, what's wrong with it? I think that's a very legitimate poll question. We don't want everybody sensitive and uptight during the holidays. Let's lay it right out there on the line, okay? 5670560, pound 560 in the AT&T wireless line. Anybody in Dade who speaks English?
No.
Okay, just checking. Here's a mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Yeah, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I'm donating $100 to your charity, but not for a very good reason.
Yeah.
I'm donating because I hate that scumbag at the Sun Sentinel.
That's a good enough reason.
Yeah, it's not really the good reason, but that's why.
Great.
You know, I wish you would talk more against you and get more people to come out and stick up for you.
Okay.
All right?
Well, thank you so much.
You
Thanks
got
in
it,
advance.
Neil.
Thank you. How do you like that? See, that's I'm going to use this. I'm going to try to take a negative. Well, I mean, negative. You know, people take shots at me all the time. I'm used to that. And, of course, if you're going to dish it out, you got to take it. I don't care about that. But it's just the idea that in conjunction, at a time when we're doing our fundraiser and trying to do the best we can for charity, which I do every year at this time, and I've done for about the last 14 or 15 years now, and this asshole's giving a song and a dance about a corrosive radio host, Neil Rogers, because I won't kiss Wayne Huizinga's ass. Well, guess what, buddy? I won't kiss his ass, and I sure as hell won't come anywhere near your ass. You're safe, buddy, because you're the most grizzled, disgusting, puke-inducing piece of garbage I've ever seen in my life. Take a bath. Take a shower. Get a bar of Coast, okay? Go over to Bob Green. Maybe they'll loan you the Coast over there for a few minutes. You can take a shower. Little scumbag. And, of course, isn't it interesting that this all comes right on the heels of my comments a few days ago? This was like a few days after I was talking about the Sun Sentinel and their hypocritical thing with the Sun Cruise, that editorial that they wrote, that unacceptable, idiotic editorial about how that raid was great for all the citizens of Florida. Yeah, it was great. They wasted all that taxpayer money, and now they had to go with egg on their face last night and bring all the goddamn slot machines back and bring $1 million in cash back. Nice going there, Sun Sentinel. And then one of our astute listeners sees on page 2 of the sports section, on the same day that editorial ran, on page 2 they got a big ad for the Sun Cruise Casino, the very same one that they're condemning on their editorial pages. So they'll take the advertising money, thank you. We have no problem whatsoever. But we'll editorialize against the evils and what a sucker bet it is and yada, 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 ba, 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 and how corrupt you are. But in the meantime, we'll take your ad and put it right there on the sports page, page 2, quarter-page ad or eighth of a page, whatever it was, big fat ad. Look at that, one call on the board. You know, I throw my arms up in the air and I say to myself, you know, just play stuff. Just play stuff all day. I'm whipped up here. I'm feeling better than I have in months because actually I lost like 3 pounds on the scale thanks to my seasoned Tyson Tenderloin. You know, and I want to say something about that too. 50,000 false starts I've had on these diets. This year I said to myself, instead of making some stupid New Year's resolution, which we all do, why not start in December and get like a head start on it, like a month ahead? As opposed to waiting until New Year and then making some stupid statement that I've broken 50 million times, as you've all heard over the years. And I'm doing it. And I'm going to tell you something else about it. There's no big secret to losing weight. There's no secret about it at all. You can delude yourself with the lies like that low-fat bull crap with all that, all those low-fat brownies and cupcakes. Yeah, right, all you brownie hounds. It's bull crap. You know that. But you're just deluding yourself because that stuff tastes damn good. But those of us who fought the good fight or even a bad fight against there's no secret to it. We know how to lose the weight. You just have to do it. Just do it, that's all. No secret whatsoever. If the Atkins works for you, that's what you have to do. If Weight Watchers, if that crap works for you, that's what you have to do, whatever it is that works for you. There's no secret. So all of this big hocus pocus and all these fake infomercials and all these silly-looking plastic people on there peddling you some bullcrap, some stupid book or some stupid pills that don't do anything but make them money. That's not where it's at. You know how to do it because all of us who are fat, we've all lost weight at times and then gained it back and then some and lost some more and gained it. We all know. We all know how to lose it. So you have to just do it. Here's Hollywood. Hello.
Hey, Neil, what's up?
How you doing, sir?
Hey, I was wondering, where do you send the donations to? What's the douchebag out there?
What does that mean? I didn't give this punk the address. Can you give a shout-out to a douchebag? Where do you send the address, and can I give a shout-out to a douchebag? No punks, okay? I'm not interested in talking to punks who are obviously either out of school, out of the infirmary, out of the mental institution. How do you like that? Thanks for your tremendous contribution, sir, here to our show on 560 WQAM. Thanks for your contribution to the human race. And can I call Tommy a douchebag?
No.
No. Can we call you a douchebag?
Yeah.
There you go. Okay. You're a douchebag. You feel better now? Why is it that as soon as he asked that question, there was a little tremor in the back of my brain saying, nah, I don't think so. Dave, now, what's going on with these lines here? This is not possible. Okay, I've been doing this too long. I have dial tones on all three of these Dave lines. It is not humanly possible. Is it?
Uh-huh. 2 out of 3 of your Broward calls are from Dade.
Yeah, see, that's what I don't understand.
All the calls are forwarded to the Broward lines.
No, I'm sorry. There is a chigger in the woodpile. If we can get a call from Havana on the Dade lines, the Dade lines are working, okay? It's not a question of Dade County. There is something with his phone system. By the way, has anybody got any more information while we're moving upstairs? Anybody hear anything more about that?
No.
What year it's going to be? What century?
No.
Oh, yeah, they got the glass. The contractors that are building those new studios for powering QAM up on the third floor, they got the glass, the windows for between the control room and the studios a few days ago in pieces because they ordered it from California. Real expensive stuff, by the way, and it came shattered to little pieces. So there's another delay, and that's not even for us. That's for Power 96. So the delays just keep on coming. They must have gotten the best contractors that money can't buy. They must have gotten guys that can wait a long time for their check because they came to the right company for that. What was that?
Oh, somebody that just wanted to explain things to me, not talk to you.
Explain what?
Why they're not calling.
And what is that?
Because he goes, you were too busy, and that's where I cut him off.
Oh, they're too busy. So
he was going to launch into something else, but, we get
you're too busy. So in other words, he was too busy to speak to me, but he was not busy enough to call you and give you a lecture.
But that's all day long. I don't have time to talk to Neil, that's as far as they get.
Blowing out your ass? Okay. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line, 20 till noon at QAM. You want your Rogers show, just named by Buddy Nevins of the prestigious Sun Sentinel as the #1 radio show in America. Oh! Thank you, buddy. Okay, where are we going? They're too busy for us today. We better get to these calls real fast, okay? In fact, each call should be about 10 seconds. We'll take about 20,000 because they're real busy. That's what George keeps hearing from these people. Well, we're all listening, but we're real busy. What are they doing? Maybe they're going to the Sawgrass. Has anybody told me what the attraction is at the Sawgrass?
No.
See, over the years, I keep asking some of the same questions. Every few months, I'll bring it back again, even though I know I'm not going to get an answer, because there is no answer. It's like all the God bull crap. I mean, how could anybody believe such nonsense? Is there an answer?
No.
Of course not. Because it's the easy way out, because they think everybody else believes this baloney, or everybody claims that they do, because it's the appropriate thing to do in public. Oh, yeah, sure, I believe that. There's a heaven and a hell. You're going to burn in hell, mister. Yeah, right, I believe that crap. And the devil with a pitchfork and all these fairy tales, and the Virgin Mary on the Tina's Pizza and on the side of the bank building. Of course, we all believe in that, don't we?
No.
Well, but it's easier to say yes. Here's a mobile in Palm Beach Gardens. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
I'm a newly arrived refugee from Los Angeles.
Oh, I have no idea what you're doing here, sweetheart.
Well, I don't know either, but I'm very enthralled with your show, and I'd like to know, I'd love to buy some CDs to send presents to my associates, although I'm quite an atheist for Chinooka or Christmas.
Yeah.
And I just don't really know where to go.
Well, this is the big atheist holiday, too. You don't know where to go? Well, I'm sure that we could tell you. Okay, now, where are you?
I'm in Palm Beach Gardens visiting my daughter.
In Palm Beach Gardens. Well, the closest would be in Boynton Beach. Or if you want to do it easier, just pick up the phone and call. I'll give you the phone number. How's that?
How about that? Thanks so much.
954.
Yes.
563.
Yes.
3600.
Thank you so much, and I really enjoy you.
And don't stay here too long, because you'll learn to hate it.
Well, I don't think that it'll ever be possible, because you and I agree on too many things.
Okay, have a great life. Get out of here. Okay, by the way, Baltimore leads the nation. This is great. In fact, before I get into this, I was talking to Rimmer on the phone yesterday. Is that a surprise? No. My good, close personal friend, Jeff Rimmer, the voice of the Panthers. And we were talking about his old days in Baltimore and Washington and that stuff. Of course, he's always talking about, which I don't want to hear about. And I said, well, how were those fans in the Baltimore, Washington area? And he said,
they stunk.
And maybe there was a reason they smelled so bad. Baltimore has by far the country's highest rate of syphilis at more than 30 times the national average. And the city blames the rise of crack and the trading of drugs for sex.
Oh!
Baltimore also topped the nation in gonorrhea with the rate 9 times the national average. How do you like those Baltimore people?
They stunk.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention on Monday ranked the 20 cities with the highest rates of 2 sexually transmitted diseases last year. And guess what? We finally got an unctuous, disgusting, revolting list that we didn't make.
Oh!
All right! Just in case you want to check these out, because you're going to be running around the country screwing around. Besides Baltimore, 14 cities appear. Oh, I see. This is just the cities that appeared on both lists, so we don't really have the whole Washington, D.C. Oh, look at that, Washington, D.C. What do you know about those fans?
They stunk.
St. Louis, Atlanta, Detroit, Richmond, that's Richmond, Virginia, Newark, New Jersey. Well, you know about Newark.
They stunk.
Norfolk, Virginia, New Orleans, Memphis, Tennessee, Oklahoma City, Birmingham, Alabama, Chicago, Nashville, and Milwaukee. Well, there seemed to be an overabundance of those in, I don't want to say what kind of cities they are. You know what I'm saying? We have an open line in Broward, 2 and Dade, 5670560 and pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Maybe they just have a small crack problem. Here's a mobile in Wellington. Hello.
Hello, Neil?
Yes, sir. Yes, I am.
How you doing today?
Okay.
Hey, about your poll, I think Colombians would be the best.
Yeah. Based on...
Because I'm one of them, though.
Yeah. And based on they got the good stuff?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Listen, I'm sending you a small check. It's not too much.
Hey, listen, if it's $1, we'll take it. I mean, anything. Believe me, if we just got enough people off their ass, you'd be amazed how much we could raise in 3 weeks.
Yep. And the best part of it is I'm sending the Airborne Express, so you'll get it someday.
Excellent. Sunday.
All right.
Okay,
Have
thanks
a
a
good
lot.
one, man.
Thank you so much. Yeah, he's sending a check. Do we believe that? 2 open lines in Broward, 2 in Dade, 5670560 and pound 560 on the AT&T where I always said someday. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I'm not sure if I heard you correctly. Did you say Miami wasn't on that list?
That's what I just said, sir. Get a new phone and get out from underwater. Lloyd, look what it did to Lloyd Bridges. He's dead. Bad idea to spend too much time underwater, pal. Open line at Broward, all 3 in Dade. They're too busy for Neil today. That's the message from here through the holidays. Maybe after the first of the year, they're going to come back?
No.
Maybe not. Got a whole new deal cooking now here. You know, last couple of weeks, everything was rolling along, singing a song. I come in yesterday, and today, oh, now it's getting too close to the holidays. We're too busy, okay?
Hi, this is Maury Povich, wishing you a happy Hanukkah.
Yeah, easy for you to say, okay? You big-nosed bastard. Easy for you to say. How's Connie doing, by the way? Here's a mobile in, this is brutal, mobile in Cooper City. Hello.
Good morning, Neil. How are you?
Okay.
It's funny you bring up the sawgrass because I've always felt that there's nothing there.
You mean you're actually going to respond to my comments about the Sawgrass Mills Mall? I think one of the reasons most of my audience doesn't respond is because most of us never go there, and I live right there.
Neil, there's nothing else to do except shop, and I'm not a shopper. So I work all day.
But I can understand shopping in a mall where they have, like, great stores or, like, the Glendale Mall out in L.A. I mean, big, amazing, beautiful malls where they have great merchandise. Well, what is the attraction? What is it that they have that I haven't seen yet?
Well, the New York Diamond Exchange is pretty good. If you can't find what you want at Beverly's, go to the Diamond Exchange.
Yeah, well, also my friend Freddie's Jewelers is in there, too. Don't forget him.
Oh, I didn't know he was in there.
Yes, he's in there.
Oh, I'll check Freddie's out,
and
too.
also our friends at Wolf Camera are in there, too. So like I said, Wolf Camera and Freddie's Jewelers. Anything else we can think of?
It's a great place to go. And I take my kids to that overpriced restaurant there, the Amazon Queen or Jungle, whatever it is.
The Amazon Queen?
The Amazon...
now, is that at the Yellow Toucan or the Purple Parrot and the Green Parakeet?
I think it's in between both of them.
Yeah.
And Neil, the sports on the worst
I think
team...
it's like to the Indigo Iguana, yes?
Neil, if I hear any more about the controversy of the bowl games and who should be and who shouldn't, I'm going to blow my brains
Jeff
out.
DeForest, I said this yesterday, and the more I listen, the more I'm convinced this man needs a lobotomy. He is so obsessed with his college football crap. Who cares? Who the hell cares?
And Neil,
in fact, we're not anywhere near Tallahassee. We're not anywhere near Gainesville. And Defoe is like locked into this Gator Seminole thing. It's like he needs to have a part of his brain removed surgically.
Well, we're not near the bowl games either.
He's ripping the media. Well, you know, that's neither here nor there. Those are my opinions, okay? And the media, over the years, they've said some good things about me. And the show, they've said some crappy things. They've taken some shots. Hey, that's the way it goes. But when you're trying to do something for a good charity and you're trying to raise some money, there isn't any reason to be a hard-ass. But, of course, the media in this town are basically a bunch of hard-asses, especially Buddy Nevin.
He's an asshole.
Exactly. And a little twerp with a bad beard. So, you know, Woody sends this out, and we'll wait. Is New Times going to be putting this in?
No.
How about City? George is laughing hysterically. How about CityLink?
No.
Which I think they left the H out of that word. How do they spell that? S-I-T-Y? S-I-T-T-Y, CityLink. Are they going to be putting in a plug for our...
No.
There you go. So, you know, it's great, and I appreciate it very much, Woody, but I'm still waiting with bated breath to see if anybody's going to give us any assistance on this. How about Tom Jicka? Tom, write anything about our Center One fundraiser?
No.
All the money Neil Rogers has raised for charity?
No.
So about the only time it's ever been even mentioned was when Ellie Brecker wrote that big puff piece, which I thank her for profusely, and she put that in there. And, you know, a couple of other times over the years, there's been like a casual mention of the fact that Camilla's House and Center One and the fundraiser, et cetera, and so on. Well, the purpose of that series, besides to goose up their ratings during the sweeps week in November, the purpose of that series was allegedly to show the good side of the people on the air. You know, even Neil Rogers, who comes off like a real prick on the radio, he's a good guy. He does nice things. He helps other people. He raises money for charity. And there was nothing. Not one word said about any of the fundraisers, and it was timely. It was the piece appeared during the period of time when we're in the middle of the fundraiser. Was there anything on there about it?
No.
Thank you so much, Diane. Oh, gee, there was just a bulletin on there about Joe DiMaggio on well, not a bulletin, but the news crawl underneath the speechman hearings. There was a news crawl out there. You don't think he might have died, do you? Uh-oh. Better check on that real quick. I'll keep watching again. The death watch is on. Don't tell Greg Kotex. He'll be just crushed. As another part of Americana bites the dust. I mean, he couldn't handle the fact that George Burns died. And who was the other one? Oh, and Sinatra died. And guess what, Greg? Even Joe DiMaggio will die. How do you like that?
Oh, my God.
Here's Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I lost 30 pounds in 2 months.
Yeah.
Smoking crack.
Uh-huh, yeah. I thought you sounded like you had a crack problem. We have an open line in Broward. Line. Here's a mobile in Davie. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm rolling along here.
What? I heard this last call, and it's a bad omen because I was going to tell you that I just started a diet today, and I was going to ask you
that guy was
about
talking about the crack in his rectum. That's what he was talking about.
Well, I'm not going to go out and buy the Atkins book. I'm not going to be fanatical about it. Not good.
On what?
I mean, cheese, like, you know.
Yeah, you can have cheese on the Atkins. Well, what kind of cheese are you talking about? Hard cheese, not soft cheese.
Well,
just ask your wife. She'll tell you. They like it. You want it hard, not soft. Okay, one line left on the board. Look at this. This is brutal. You know, and the thing, and you know what really kills me about this audience and about this whole town in general? Is when you know, here a guy comes and takes a cheap shot, which really sets a fire off under my ass about our fundraising thing. And at the time when you're really looking for the audience, you know what I'm saying? To come forward, give you some support, oral support, and like, you know, they're behind you, they're with you, they want to do something, they want to make something happen, and they just disappear. They just vanish. You know, you go out and do these appearances, 20 people show up. Well, we're too busy for that. We're all listening, but we're all too busy. We got more important things to do. And that's what happens when you stay in one place too goddamn long. They take you for granted, like the woodwork, like the carpeting, you know, like the furniture. It's just there, and you take it for granted. George is giving me a dumb look, and I'm giving him a dumb look.
Well, you're right.
Yeah, I know I'm right. I know I'm right. But, I mean, this is just pathetic. I got one caller on the board again. The dateline somehow died on me today. just died. And no matter how many different things I've talked about here, these people got nothing because whatever it is that they're doing, maybe they're running to the Sawgrass to investigate for me to see what's going on, and it's so exciting. I don't know what it is that they're doing, but it's a hell of a lot more important than us. Maybe they're sitting there watching this stupid crap. I'm going to tell you something. If there are people out there watching this impeachment crap again, God help us all. If you people are sitting there watching all these talking heads pontificating and saying the same crap we've been hearing for the last 12 months now, then you need assistance, man. This whole country needs help. And we can pot it up. If you want to hear the goddamn impeachment hearings, then we can pot it up. Is that CNN pot? Is that thing hooked up in there now? Did we get that straightened out? Pot it up and see if this clown is on there, this bespectacled clown that's hawking to China. He's talking. We don't hear nothing?
No.
Are you crapping me? So in other words, if something momentous was about to happen, which it's not, but if it were, and we wanted to put it on the air, we can't do it again because of the technical incompetence in this joint?
And it was working before.
Yeah, it was working, every now and then, just like when we come on here. Yesterday we came on and had a problem, come on again today, had a problem. Technical amazement. And these guys upstairs, we don't understand what Neil's all upset about, why he's making such a big fuss. All you'd like to do is just come in, do the best you can under formidable odds, try to do 4 hours of something, whatever the hell you call this, of crap. And one day the stuff works, the next day it doesn't work, the glass is on the way from California, and, and everybody's walking around with their finger in each other. And in the meantime, technically, the Beasley people, a disaster. You're an embarrassment, the Beasleys over there in Naples. You people are an industry embarrassment. I don't care if people get pissed off here and that. It's the truth. It's the truth. There are kids with little toy radio stations in their basement up north who have better equipment than we've got. I'll guarantee you Piper High up there at KPX, they got better stuff than we got. And equipment, too. Yeah, keep banging on it. 10 minutes after and equipment, too. I asked. That's why I tested it, because I had this feeling in the pit of my stomach that we're going to be shut out again.
Neil Rogers got
17 at 560 WQAM. Well, we had 8,000 calls on the line when we... See, again, it's partly a product of this format, which I'm told, well, the answer for that is after December is over, and then when January comes, we won't have any business on the log, and you'll have no spots radio again, and then you'll get some calls and they'll hold on for a while, because you might actually get to some. Well, that's terrific. That's really great, boys. 5670560, pound 560 on the mobile one line. And again, the bottom line is they don't care. They do not care. We must get on 20 million spots because we owe Wayne the mortgage on the whole goddamn place, okay? We must get on 50 billion spots because that's the only way we can possibly survive. Dummy. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Neil, God.
Yes, sir?
Hey, how you doing?
Okay.
You were talking about supermarkets a little earlier.
Yeah.
And I was wondering what happened to, there was a supermarket, that was as big as the wholesalers like Costco, and they had everything and more extra. I don't know if you remember extra.
Long gone. They're in the bag. What happened is they wanted to make you bag your own, and we all got together and said, no. And that's it. That's the end of that.
That place was slammed.
Well, you know, when Al Goldstein moved out of town, when he moved back to New York and stopped buying up all those industrial-sized boxes of cereal and Chef Boyardee, that kind of put a crimp in their plan. Remember they used to have those big, gigantic, industrial-sized, huge vats, like for schools. Al used to go there with Fat Rich. They used to shop together. And once they stopped going to Extra, that was another one that went down the good job there, pal. Right down the tubes. You have to bag your own. Now, I'll tell you, in Amsterdam, you go to the supermarket, and they've got some nice markets. Not like the ones we have here, but they have some decent markets. And you not only bag your own groceries, but you pay, it's just like 25 cents or whatever, but you pay a few guilders or a few cents for a bag, for a plastic shopping bag. And then they shove everything to the end of the thing, and they have a divider for the next person's groceries, and you bag your own. I thought you'd be very interested. And by the way, you know they put mayonnaise on the fries in 2 open lines and line. How do you like that? As once again, John Travolta continues educating the American public. Here's a mobile in Hialeah. Hello.
Hey, Neil. How's it going?
Okay.
Multi-time caller over here. Well, anyway, real quickly, I'm at work, and I'm hiding from the boss. Monday, I picked up Farewell to God at Amazon.com.
10 times the price.
Oh, yeah. So I'm anxiously waiting for it, and I should have it in a couple days.
Excellent. You'll love it.
All right, I got to run.
Thanks.
Later.
Okay, that'd be a good holiday gift, too, for some of your religious nuts that you got out there to buy a copy of that book and just kind of lay it under their tree or under their Hanukkah bush or whatever it is that's to celebrate. Say, hey, just kind of peruse through this, okay, and cleanse your brain of all that bullcrap, all that propaganda. Oh, no, we can't do that. The good book says. Well, that is the good book, Farewell to God, by Charles Templeton. That is the good book. Open line at Broward, all three in Dayton. Look at this enthusiasm. The South Florida audience coming to Neil Rogers' rescue just at the time when he needs them the most, just at this desperate time of the year. Look at these people piling on here on the lines. We're going to get a goddamn yellow flag for piling on, baby. That's the way that they're operating. Are they doing it here today?
No.
They're not doing it at all. For love or money. I guess they don't even want those Dolphin Jets tickets. Here's a mobile in Boca. Hello.
Hey, how you doing, Neil?
Okay, sir.
All right, I just wanted to call to let you know that I do listen, and I'm not terribly busy enough to drop you a phone call to say I've got your back, whatever I can do, which is probably go to Borders here in a little bit and buy some stuff.
Great, they got one right there in Boca. How do you like that?
That's just what I was looking to hear, because I've got a few of them from years past, and they love them. I used to live in Alabama, and they love your Best of Neil. The one they liked best up there was the one from 95.
Yeah.
And they thought that was just great and told me to, get the hell out of Alabama, so here I am.
And don't ever come back, right?
Exactly. Just wanted to let you know I was here, man.
Okay, thanks a lot, pal.
Be easy.
Go out and buy 20 or 30.
All right.
Thank you so much. Okay, one call left on the board, and that's it. 5670560, pound 560. I mean, we're pushing it, pulling it. It ain't nothing's happening here. Yesterday, today. That was the demarcation line, okay? A day that will live in infamy, December 7th, 1998. Roosevelt was way ahead of his time. Little did he know. Forget about Pearl Harbor. Yesterday was the day that'll live in infamy, the demarcation line for this year. Because now they're real busy. They are so preoccupied, they haven't got time. They got the radio on, I know that. Everywhere I go. Oh, by the way, I want to say hello to my close personal friend. I don't know if she's got a radio in the Turnpike toll booth. I wish I knew her name. Remember I was telling you about her the other day? I see her every day on the way home because I don't no longer go to County Line Road because all that damn construction on 441. So I go back by through the stadium there. She's got the red hair and the red fingernails, and her son listens to this show, and she knows me. And everybody, hey, Neil, how are you? Nice Cuban lady. She's great. She's the best. How you doing, sweetheart? I'll be looking forward to seeing you at 2 o'clock. Believe me, I'm looking forward to seeing you. You have no idea how much, because that means I'll be getting out of here heading up the Hershey Highway. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes?
Neil, I used to work with a lady from Norway, and she said in Norway and a lot of European countries, they bring their own bags to the supermarket.
Right, that's correct. BYOB, bring your own bag.
That's cool. I mean,
like in Sunrise, bring your own bag, like Grandma.
Neil, I went on the new website, and visually it looks nice, tapping all the bits and clips and stuff. Are they coming back soon, or?
I have no idea. You'd have to ask Eric. I don't know whether they're bringing that back or what he's doing with it.
Hey, Eric, don't be a douchebag. Bring back the bits and the clips.
Okay.
Bye.
And have a great life. Okay, we have an open line in Broward, one a day. Out there today?
No.
Any ladies calling? Say happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, have a happy Merry Christmas, happy New Year, and thanks for all the great entertainment the last many, many years.
No.
Any of those people out there, any women?
No.
No, because they hate me like poison because they're sourpusses. That's what their problem is in this town. 80-90% of the women. We get like a 1.5, a 2 share in women tops. 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 That's what we get. Women with sour looks at it, like I just cut a real bad, that's right, cut some real serious bad cheese. Like they just walked into that supermarket with the smell of rotting fish wafting through their nostrils. That's what most of the women in this town will tell you when they hear about this show or hear my name, or you turn on the radio or play one of my tapes for like 2 seconds or more, or turn on that TV show. When they getting that thing off of there already, they're so anxious to get the hell that thing off of there. That's what Mr. said yesterday or Sunday in the Herald. Because that's the problem with Whammy. It's not that city desk. Oh, yeah, it's not that problem. And it's not Ocean Drive. And it's not that awful newscast that they show 85 times. And it's not the washy reruns of MASH. It's the Neil Rogers show. He's the chigger in the woodpile. It's not that stupid sports show where they were playing grab ass on the sofa with each other all the time. No, it's the Neil Rogers show. That's the problem with everything. That's right. With Buddy Nevins, with a Whammy, Neil Rogers, he's the problem. Here's a mobile in Hollywood. Hello. Mobile in Hollywood.
Happy holidays, Neil God.
And back to you, sir.
Hey, can I stick around for those Jets Dolphins tickets?
Yeah, right, Okay. Here's Miami. Hello. Did you hear that? Here's Miami. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Stay away from the Guayaberas.
Yeah, okay, thanks. Stay away from the guayaberas. A little bit behind the time, sir. I haven't worn no guayaberas in about 100 years, okay, asshole? You wouldn't know a guayabera if somebody stuck one in your rectum. Oh, they beat us to it? They already did? When in doubt, pull it out, pal. We have an open line at Dade, 567. Here's a mobile in Hallandale. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, sir?
Hi. Hey, I went by Borders,
Yeah.
and I wanted to ask you a question. I bought the 2 CDs you got,
Thank you.
and they put the money in an envelope. What's up with that?
Well, because it's separate. They don't put it in their cash drawer because we don't want Borders getting the money. That all goes
Oh,
separate.
so it goes straight to you?
Straight to Center One. Well, yeah,
Thank
straight
God.
to Center
I
One.
was doing it to give you the money, not for them.
Yeah, right. That's why it's
also,
not going in the register. It's separate.
Also, I went by Shells on Saturday. What time did you guys stay till there?
We stayed there right till, 5 till 7 o'clock, 7 at night.
I was there around almost 7, and you guys, were gone.
Yeah.
Out of there.
Sorry. Well, we
Hey,
had
can I get some Dolphin tickets?
Yeah, sure, okay. We have an open line at Dave. 5-6 Dolphin tickets. Yours 5-6 line. 1226. All the Dolphin tickets you want right here on 560 QAM. 30. No problem at all, baby. We got Dolphin tickets up the old fat pimply.
Rectum.
That's right. Because we want to take care of our crowd. Forget about them doing anything for us or for charity. We want to take care of this audience, baby. Because when I ask for them, they are right there.
No.
They're right on top of it.
No.
They're there to support me and stand behind me.
No.
About 20 or 30 miles back up the road.
No.
Choices.
Bacon, pancakes, and eggs any way I want them.
Oh, and sausages, those little sausages that look like dog turds.
Yeah, the ones that always come stuck together. Why is that?
And I don't want it warmed under a heat lamp at some fast food place. I want it warmed under a heat lamp at Lenny's.
Tell you how I want it. I want bacon really fatty and wings that when you pick it up, it sort of droops off your finger. And eggs with the yolk broken so they're hot as and I want it served by a fat, sullen waitress with a mustache, so I have an excuse to stiff her.
Hey, bring it to me back now!
I don't want to stand in line. I want to wait in line to get seated for a really long time.
They do that at Denny's. Lenny's.
America, there's a new all-you-can-eat Grand Slam breakfast menu at Lenny's. It's everything you already expect from Lenny's, just a lot more of it at room temperature.
Hey, that's the good news, baby, out there in West Broward, out in the acres. We got a Denny's.
Oh!
And you know, it's interesting because the Denny's is about about a half a block away from where Boston Market used to be. And people used to say about Boston Market, well, you know, it's on the wrong side of the street. It's, eastbound. Yeah, it's on the wrong side of the street. That Denny's, since the day they opened a few days ago, you can drive by there because they're open 24 hours a day, anytime, morning, noon, and night, and that place is packed. You'd think they were giving food away. You'd think that they were stuffing gold in every goddamn piece of your mama's pie, whatever it is they serve there. Isn't that what it is, your mama's pie, that they're famous for? Well, they do have good pies. But, I mean, that place is just not... Maybe Boston Market's problem was nobody could figure out what the hell it was. You know, it was Boston Chicken, it was Boston Market, it was chicken, well, you know, whatever the hell it was. Now, you want 10 sides with that? You want, nobody knew what the hell it was all about. And they're not there anymore. Here's a lady mobile in Parkland. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Neil. How are you?
Okay.
I heard you say that you'd never get any women callers, so since I've been listening all morning, I thought I would call, wish you a happy
wasn't
holiday.
that sweet? That was very nice.
And reminding everybody that your CDs are wonderful.
Yes, they are.
They make great gifts for people you love, and they make better gifts for people you hate.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Everyone on my list, especially the people I can't stand, got your CDs.
Oh, right. Great. Beauty.
And I'm glad to help Center One. And I thought the guy who was filling in for George was wonderful. And
Joe did a great job.
He did a great job. And I prefer it when there are tapes playing when you're not there, because I miss a lot of your shows. I don't always get to listen to you.
Uh-huh.
And George is boring.
Okay, and George said thank you so much.
I know. And then the other thing that George does is when women callers call, he makes sure that they wait a lot longer than the male callers to get on.
No, he does not. That's not true. Everybody is here on order. And if there's any change in the order, it's only because I see something on there that might, attract my eye, like somebody from Havana or something.
Okay.
Not true.
All right.
So he may be a
holiday
relentless bastard, but not quite as bad as you think. And have a great holiday, and thank you so much. And George says, okay. We have an open line at Broward, 5670560. Well, listen, not everybody can like us both. She likes me. She hates you like poison, okay? And she thinks that you're a sexist pig who doesn't like women except just to use them and abuse them. And I think, she knows that. Right. Huh? Here's Cape Coral. Hello.
Yes, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Neil, I wanted to pick